And welcome to Lady Eagles Softball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and are we on Z94 KZOR Facebook tonight?
Eagle 100.5.
Eagle 100.5
Home for
Facebook.
Lady Eagle Sports.
All right, well, we will make that change in my books. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we're here for a home game. Finally, it feels like forever since we've actually seen the Hobbs girls when they played Lovington in Lovington, and now it's good to watch the Hobbs girls on their home field against an always tough opponent, Artesia, who comes in at 12-4. They are salty with a capital S. And Anthony Boyle's team, they're no slouches, 8-5, number one in district right now. Of course, what district hasn't actually started, but as far as records go, they have the best record in District 4-5A right now, and they're ranked 17th overall in New Mexico, but higher than that in New Mexico 5A. So
number 12 in 5A, which is the important one.
And in terms of overall, Artesia is ranked 7th overall in New Mexico. So
number one in 4A again, which is the important one.
Exactly, and so they're getting a lot of respect and love for their talents, and as always, very competitive. So we're expecting a good game today, and that's what we want to see. We want to see these teams at their best. It's not a doubleheader; it is a single game. And this is the only time that these two teams are scheduled to play each other this season. And I'm surprised. Sometimes in tournaments it happens before now. But this is a much anticipated game. The orange of Artesia here, the visitors, they're being introduced right now. And then our own Hobbs Lady Eagles will take to the field. So let's talk about the lineup for our visiting Lady Bulldogs. And batting order, number 1 is Daniela Munoz playing shortstop. Batting second is number 7, Katrin Marquez, who's playing third base. Batting third is number 24, Caden Apodaca, who's pitching. Batting fourth is number 4, Aiden Lavario, who is their designated player, batting only. Batting fifth is number 14, Jenna Whitmire, who's catching. Batting sixth is number 9, Jade Hammond, who is at second base. And batting seventh is number 5, Brooklyn Fuentes in left field. Batting eighth is number 16, Leslie Molina, who's at first base. And batting ninth is number 10, Janae, that is Molina, who's in center field. Number 11, that is, Myra Bustamante, is your pitcher and your flex player. Just 2 folks on the bench, so a short bench, as they say. A couple of substitute players. The 15 is Michelle Loya, and number 22 is Miranda Perez. Turning over to your home Lady Eagles. Batting first is number 11, Sol Rangel, who is in left field. Batting second is Mariah Zambrano, who is in right field. Batting third is number 5, Jackie Fuentes, who's at shortstop. Batting fourth is number 9, Ali Garcia, who's at first base. Batting fifth is number 14, Marina Valenzuela, who's at third base. Batting sixth is number 15, Addie Ralston, who's catching. Batting seventh,
we've got
number
the
10,
national
yes
anthem.
we do, and number 10, Sanaya Jackson, who's pitching.
Did you know that Lee County State Bank drive-up lanes are open late? Interactive tellers give you convenient, extended drive-through hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lee County State Bank ITMs feature a screen which connects you to a live teller inside the bank to assist you with your banking transactions. No need to rush to the bank, with Lee County State Bank's extended ITM drive-through lanes conveniently located near you in Lovington, Hobbs, and Eunice. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family and friends is what you get at Bel Air Bowl, the only place to bowl. Happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind the Bel Air Shopping Center, where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
For all your grocery specials, shop Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs. The best deals in fresh produce, fresh meat, and vegetables, frozen and dairy, health and beauty, and so much more. With the friendliest and most knowledgeable staff, Thriftway and La Tienda. For all your grocery specials, come on down to La Tienda, 400 East Marland, and Thriftway, 1317 North Turner and Hobbs. Best of luck, Eagles, from all of your friends at Thriftway and La Tienda grocery stores.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball. I was going through the lineup and introducing the players. We left off at number 8. Batting 8th is number 3, Mariah Jimenez, who's playing center field. Batting 9th is number 4, Abby Zambrano, who is at second base for Hobbs. That is how it looks. And now your battery then is Jackson and Ralston for Hobbs. And your first three batters for Artesia would be Munoz, Marquez, and Apodaca.
And Jackson comes into the ballgame with a 4-1 record on the young season and just a 3.36 ERA. So she has done very well in the ring, and she's going to have to channel a lot of that today. Artesia is a team hitting just a pinch under 400, and they can definitely launch it out of here. So keep especially a close eye on Apodaca and Whitmire. They are the two biggest threats to put them out of the park today. 82 degrees as we get this one underway. A little bit gusty out of the southeast as ready to go.
The wind is blowing kind of more or less from left to right across the field as we're looking out at it. And under head coach Pulido, I tell you what, Artesia always a team of great hitters. That is one of their hallmarks, and they usually don't have a weak hitter, and there might be 1 out of 9 weaker hitter than us. First pitch is in, and it's a beauty. It's caught the outside corner, a nice fastball on the outside corner. No break in it, just right straight across. Beautiful, a little above the knees, and a call, strike 1. So Munoz down 0-1 now. And there's a crack at the bat. A softly hit ball. Oh, and that was trouble. Trying to pick it up because it was so softly hit. She thought she could barehand it and reach down. And Fuentes has got a lot of movement. She got a good jump on the ball, but that was just one of those. It left the bat funny. She didn't get it all, and it just took a long time to develop. Fuentes saw that and thought she needed to save a little time instead of transferring it out of the glove.
Yeah, you're going to have an infield single on that.
And it is, absolutely no foul. I mean, no error at all. It's just that she tried to barehand it. Wouldn't had time for anything else. Barely had time. Very speedy Munoz, so making it to the bag on the infield single. And a call strike right away on Katrin Marquez at the plate now. So no outs, a runner on first. Beautiful pitch, a little high. It got up, just crept up just a little bit.
Well, I'm going to have to be careful with Marquez at the plate. On the season, hitting .608. That is a stupid high number.
Yeah, just crazy, even for softball. That's inflated. And a crack at that. Luckily for Hobbs, it's going to go foul down the first base line because that was tailing, and it had a couple of bases and could have scored a run with Munoz's speed. You never know. If that had gone out, had hit fair and rolled out to that right corner, I could easily, see one runner in and a runner sitting on third on that ball. Ooh, nice cut at it, and strikeout number 1 as Marquez goes down swinging. A little bit of a changeup. I like that. That's with 2 strikes on Marquez. Jackson switched things up a little, took a little speed off of it. It stayed up high, and Marquez cut under it. Strikeout. And a throw down to first, just trying to keep Munoz honest over there. Snap throw from Ralston over to Garcia.
And Apodaca also hitting over 600 on the season, so right there in the heart of the lineup.
Yeah, and she is number 3, batting third for a reason, so. Oh, a line drive shot. Reaching out, trying to get it was of Valenzuela at third, but her glove was about a foot too short to be able to get it. That was a solid shot, but well played out there. Rangel in left field, right there, made the stop, a good throw in to keep it to just a single and keep runners at first and second. Now no outs, or 1 out rather, and wow, the 1 strikeout. Foul, out of play, off to the right. Again, sharp contact. I'll tell you what, we talked about it. Artesia, one of the hallmarks of their team under Coach Pulido, hitters, and they are not intimidated. They're standing right up there and attacking and going after a lot of times the first pitch that they see or the second. Fouls that one, catches the underside of it, spins it right straight up and out of play for strike number 2. The good thing about this is Jackson is getting ahead in the count really easily because of a couple of swings and misses, a fouling off. Artesia just trying to get their timing down on this. And there you go. I was talking about the advantage to that is they're getting a couple of strikes on them, and then Jackson can come in and clean them up with when they're protecting the plate with 2 strikes on them. They got to be swinging at something close. So second strikeout, second out. That brings up Lavario, designated player.
So it's Whitmire now.
Yeah, Whitmire now, number 5 in the lineup, and a swing and a miss for strike 1. It was interesting. I saw Lavario stop and tell Whitmire something about either the pitcher, her motion, the ball, something. Batter, passing on some experience at the plate to the next one. And that stays just a little bit high and a little bit outside on Whitmire. So 1-1 the count. 2 outs. Runners on first and second here. No score in the top of the first. The game just underway. Ooh, that hits the inside corner, but man, I guess it was just a little too inside, maybe just a tad low. It looked like it crossed the plate, though. It looked like it caught the action, the move on that was a really nice pitch and a good time to throw that. But 2-1 the count, and there's some solid contact as well, but it goes off the end of the bat, out of play, off to the right, out to the parking lot.
And right now, Jackson's fastball has got him just a little bit behind. The thing you've got to be careful of is when they adjust, maybe not the first time through the lineup, but the second, second and third.
And they're just trying to get their timing against this pitcher right now. Third out, strike out, and all 3 outs recorded as strikeouts, all going down swinging, I believe.
Yep.
And that's a really nice a nice thing to be able to say with 5 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts for Jackson, and we go to the bottom of the first inning now. Hobbs going to try to get their bats cooking, and we'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagle softball coming up.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hard-working team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
Forest Tire is celebrating 80 years in business. There's always another task to tackle, but making your to-do list disappear generates a ton of wear and tear on your tires. Do more for more miles with the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. Whether it's hauling your boat up to the lake or driving through the job site, Michelin designed a tire that's tough enough for anything. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire and get back to task mastering. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
And welcome back to Lady Eagles softball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5 Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. In the top of the first inning, Artesia scored no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors committed and 2 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the first. Hobbs coming up to the plate for the first time, of course. Leading things off is Ranhel, followed by Zambrano and Fuentes. 1, 2, 3 as head coach Lady Boyle's ladies are going to try to get their bats cooking and try to get on the board as they kept Artesia from moving runners around, runners who got 2 hits and were left on the base paths.
Important against Apodaca. She is the ace of this orange and white staff. She's 6-2 on the year with just over a 1 ERA, 1.05. So very hard to hit. She's got a good fastball, a good curveball, and she's also got a changeup that she'll use to great effect, and a rise ball, too, that she's been working on, I think, since she was a 3rd grader, because I think we've been calling her playing Lovington. I mean, it seems like since COVID.
Yeah, she's, a lot of these, and a lot of these athletes are multi-sport athletes. I mean, we call Whitmire for, 2 or 3 sports that we call. We call a lot of these girls are talented athletes, and they come in, and they have experience. Artesia lost a little bit of talent last year, with seniors graduating. I didn't know how strong that they would be. Silly me, should have figured. They're always competitive, and they're definitely a force to be reckoned with. But the Hobbs Lady Eagles are having a very good season. They're sharpening up, and this is the time when you want to be starting to peak. You want to really
with district starting next week,
exactly,
especially.
You've got to. That's why I'm saying I was about to get there. Is that district games start next week for everybody, and that's when you it really counts. Then that's going to be low and inside for ball 1 against Ranhel. Playing left field.
Rangel only hitting 243 on the year, but in the leadoff position because she's got a good eye and good speed.
Yep. Quick. 1-0 count with Apodaca in the circle. Whitmire behind the plate. That's your battery. That is going to just miss low. Looked like it was over the plate. But 2-0 is the count. Head coach Boyle over there in the third base box. Can hear him shouting out to the girls. And this pitch is going to be low and inside. 3 straight balls.
A Boyle in the third base box yelling at people? I can't imagine.
3-0 count.
He learned from his dad next door, I would bet.
Yeah, his dad, head coach Marco Boyle of the baseball squad. There, she on the 3-0 count. You bet a pitcher of Apodaca's talents is going to find the zone on a 3-0.
Well, on the take sign, I've got to think
it
on
was
all the way.
all the way out of there. Playing the percentage with your leadoff batter, you can't fault that really. Throw a 3-1 count and a crack at the bat. A little bit late on that.
A missile into the Hobbs dugout. There was girls diving out of the way of that one.
It was definitely moving the exit velo off of the bat, as they say in the bigs. It was moving. It was cooking. The harder the pitch, the harder the hit. But she's going to have to get around on it a little bit faster and move that bat, move those hands, move that bat, move those elbows a little bit faster.
And everybody just making sure everybody in the dugout managed to get out of the way of the bright yellow missile that came in.
Yeah. All right, so 3-1 count. Rangel trying to find her way on, get something started. Hobbs needs base runners. They got to populate them. Try to get on the board before Artesia if they can. And time called. Taking a long time there as Apodaca got in her stance. But then taking a long time looking at Whitmire and what she wanted. And that miss low and inside. So there's a walk as Rangel is on. And that brings Mariah Zambrano. We've got 2 Zambranos in the lineup. Mariah playing right field for the Lady Eagles.
And Mariah on the season hitting .436.
Followed by Fuentes and then Garcia in the hole. That shows bunt, and the runner going is going to make it to second. That ball was barely off the ground.
Yeah, wild pitch going to move Rangel over to second. So when ball 1 at the plate to Zambrano.
And Zambrano pulled her bat back in time and had to do a little river dance to keep from getting hit as well. So 1-0 count. Runner on second in scoring position now. No outs. Oh, beautifully hit. Solid right up the center. Right up the center. Oh, respecting the arm, and a nice play out there. Credit where credit's due in center field for Artesia. She was right there. That was a Molina, the Janae Molina, picking it up and throwing it into home plate. Gonna keep Rangel at third. But Mariah Zambrano on with a smoking single, a grounder right up the middle, showing that Apodaca can be hit and hit solidly and cleanly.
So now Fuentes will step in, hitting .444 on the season. Lady Eagles at the corners and nobody out. So Hobbs threatening against the number 1 4A team in the state.
Yeah, Fuentes playing shortstop for Hobbs. Garcia on deck, shows bunt, and this time
I guess she got it pulled back.
I guess she got it pulled back. It looked like she didn't. I'm glad that the call is what it was. Happy that I saw that differently from the ump up here. So ball 1. As Coach Boyle, obviously, he's got a couple of base runners on. With no outs, he can afford to, give up maybe an out for getting a run home. Not a problem. Again, shows bunt, and again,
you might even get in a squeeze situation here, and he's hoping maybe to pause whoever comes in to get it, and then get everybody on, have bases loaded, nobody out.
Exactly, or maybe move the runner around to second or third.
Or, like
I
said, trade the run for a potential out.
Ooh, and that rises. Oh, and a snap throw down to third is going to get off of the glove, but Rangel is going to stay put where she has kind of stumbled a little bit when she got back to the bag, and it went off the tip of the glove of Marquez out there, but Munoz at shortstop had her back, came over, so everybody stayed put. But it moved the runner. Zambrano went to second. And that's a strike. Yeah, beautiful ball. And you know what? Apodaca took just a little bit off of that. It seems like to get going, she might actually need to take a little off.
And having a little trouble finding the zone early.
Yeah, to find the zone reliably and get started, she might need to take just a little speed off of that. And that one missed low as well. So now that's the second walk issued, and it does load the bases. So now you've got the cleanup hitter, number 9, Ali Garcia, first baseman, up to the plate. With
Garcia hitting .525 on the season, and she has put quite a few out of here. Looks like 5, make that 6 bombs on the year. So a chance to do some damage here early as Artesia going to huddle up in the circle.
Taking just a minute to kind of group, and there is no coach out there. It's just a timeout for the team, the infield, to get together and just give Apodaca a little pep talk, probably telling her, "Hey, just throw strikes, and trust us. And that's all you can do in the circle, especially if you're struggling early in the game. You want to find your zone and get cooking, get everything rolling, find your rhythm, and start throwing strikes, and then put the heat on it and work it around. But right now, she is struggling a little bit, and that's a ball inside. So I don't know exactly what's what's bugging her out there and what's going on with the mechanics of her motion. But she is, as you mentioned, her record indicates that she's a pitcher who does not struggle for long if she does like this. Took a little bit off that and got it closer and did not clip the inside corner, just a little low and 2 inside for ball number 2 on Garcia. In the meantime, Hobbs is taking full advantage of this. I mean, they got bases loaded, a 2-0 count at the plate, no outs, and they're looking to move runners across. And they're going to make Apodaca pitch to them. They're looking, they're not flinching on any of these.
Well, and I've got to think, too, even though you've got I don't know that Anthony will play the percentages here, or if he's going to give his cleanup hitter the green light.
And she had the green light to go for it, as that was a little bit of a change of a little off-speed pitch on the inside corner, and she did hit it just above her hands on the inside of the bat.
Yeah, a little pop-up flare over on the right side. It fell harmlessly, though.
Yeah, foul, as a good Whitmire got up out of the crouch and got it, just couldn't get over there in time. So 3-1 count. That is going to miss low and inside and walk a run. So Garcia has an RBI walk, and base is still loaded and no outs, and that's going to bring up Marina Valenzuela, your third baseman, to the plate.
And I've got to think at some point Coach Polito is going to take the trot out.
Yeah, there are all kinds of dynamics in that with your when you're pitching, when you've got a coach, and especially in softball, you don't necessarily at this level have a separate pitching coach from your head coach. Whoa, and that hitter, that was inside enough. She's going to take the plate, hit by pitch. But you do, after a couple of walks, a run walked in, hit by pitch.
Nope, they're going to say she didn't get hit.
Oh, she didn't. Okay.
So it'll just
she thought she did, I guess.
She thought she did, and
okay.
Coach Boyle going to come over and ask.
And
Valenzuela thought she got clipped, and she says right on the toe. Right on the toe blue.
There's an appeal down to the ump who's down there
and
behind third base.
He says he didn't see it, so.
All right.
Well, it'll just be ball number 1 instead.
I'll take off the HBP right there. Ball 1. All right. Bases loaded, and Hobbs leading this one 1-0, courtesy of the RBI walk by Garcia. And that's going to be a call, strike. So Apodaca showing some mental toughness there after that. Probably a little aggravated that was called a hit by pitch, if it wasn't. And that would have been a call, strike, I do believe. And it was swung at, fouled off. So now she goes from trying to take first base.
Well, and I think maybe that was a case of she should have waited until the ump awarded her the base before she just took off.
And there's a swing and a little chopper to third base. It's picked up, and Marcus fires home to Whitmire to get the lead run out at home for the first out, but bases stay loaded, and Valenzuela reaches on the
fielder's choice.
Yeah, fielder's choice. She's on first.
But just still 1 down, and now Ralston, the catcher, to the plate.
Yep, 5-2 in the books. Swing and a miss. Definite heat on that. Good pop in the glove as Apodaca put a low ball in there. And a swing and a miss. Ralston, of course, Addie Ralston, catcher. Catchers often have big bats because they are trained to watch the ball. I mean, that's their job. They've got to really watch the ball and see the ball through a mask as it leaves the pitcher's hand all the way with the batter. And, and so catchers very often, because they have a good eye, because they have to catch well and be a good catcher. So
Ralston hitting .467 on the season.
And that's going to miss low and inside. So one
and snap throw down to first, and having to leap up to get that was Molina. So saved probably 2 runs there by doing her best Michael Jordan impersonation.
Bases loaded. 1 in so far. Hobbs would like to do more damage. Oh, cut under that. It was a riser. And Ralston, first strikeout victim of Apodaca, goes down swinging for 1 out. 2 outs. 2 outs now. 2 away. All right. Jackson. Oh, and a ball gets away, goes to the backstop, and pulls a Whitmire away, or pulls rather.
Whitmire.
Pulls Whitmire away, and a run scores.
So we'll
Hobbs
score
in
on the
that.
wild pitch.
Wild pitch. Well, the wild pitches, the walks and the wild pitches have just undone Artesia in this bottom of the first inning. Fuentes scoring. This little chopper is going to go foul as the left-handed batter slapping at that one, kind of chopping that. That would have been trouble and would have scored at least one for Hobbs, more than likely, as that action. Instead, just becomes a strike. That is Jackson, the pitcher, at the plate. 2 outs, bases loaded, and now that's going to go foul the other direction. As
Stayed with that changeup.
Yeah, she did, and it was an off-speed pitch, and Jackson recognized that and slowed the bat down a little, but not enough. She still pulled it all the way around.
And it's interesting, coming over Marquez from third, intercepts the ball on the throw-in and then sends something to Apodaca before she heads back to third.
1-2 the count now. 2 outs, bases loaded. Cuts at that one. Foul to stay alive at the plate. So pressure on Jackson. Hobbs has 2 runs across. They'd like to not waste those base runners and leave them out there. A change up high. Is it out? Is it out of the park? No, a pop and a collision out there between center and right field, and the ball is still loose, coming over and getting it at the fence, making a throw in, and it's going to clean the bases off. And we've got 2 players down out there after the collision.
Yeah, there was a big collision, Molina and Bustamante. So it'll be an inside the park home run for Sanea Jackson out to the deepest part of right field. So she'll have a 3-run homer inside the park. But we are worried about Molina and Bustamante. They had a big collision going for it in the gap out there.
They did, and both of them were.
Make sure there's no.
Both of them were headed for the ball. It was a high pop and going deep. In fact, I thought it might have had the juice to be outside the park, and it was just inside, right there, close to the fence. Both of them running and not, I think they were aware of each other, but just not realizing that they were on a direct collision course. And with their hands out, and they're very vulnerable. Man, you're so vulnerable when you're in that position.
The key to that, though, is, whoever has the track on it, and in that case, the way it was moving and the way it was tailing probably would have been Bustamante's ball. I know the center fielder always has priority if they think they can get there, but one of them needed to be handling mine from the first step.
Calling the other off particularly. So it's always bad to see whether it is. It's tough to know. We are turning the camera away. We do say that there are personnel who are out there. One of the girls popped up, I think, got up. The other is still down and being looked at. I think they're going to send out someone from the bench. Is that number 12 going back out? Somebody?
That is number 16
number
going
16.
Out. So somebody went in and got
Molina,
some water or something.
Yeah, because that's Molina going back out. Molina, actually, number 16, Leslie Molina is down as playing first base for Artesia.
Yeah, she ran in and got some water, I think. And I think it's Bustamante that's up, and her sister that is still down being attended to by Artesia and Hobbs training staff. So
just they want to make sure that they want to try to treat her before they try to get her up and moving if they can, and try to figure out before they try to move her what all could be wrong. But we certainly hope it's not serious. We're going to go ahead and take an injury timeout and hear from a couple of our sponsors as we await this injury timeout.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
NMJC, success through learning. My future's looking brighter. My life's an open door. New Mexico Junior College gave me me the chance I was looking for. Affordable education designed to fit my needs. Now every day is filled with opportunity. NMJC, success through learning. NMJC.
At nmjc.edu.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Here's some good news. Master Plumbers is thanking their customers. Right now, you can have your drain cleared for $39. $39, and you pick the drain. You better hurry. This drain clearing promotion won't last long. Plus, free camera inspection. Drain clogged? No problem. Call the Master. 397-9385. Reminder, Master Plumbers will meet or beat any competitor's plumbing price.
Master Plumbers. Call the Master.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball after the injury timeout. Player number 11, that's Myra Bustamante, playing out in field, helped off of the field after a collision between her and the center and the right fielder collided out in there. Molina and Bustamante. Molina apparently okay, up and still out in her position. But they did bring Bustamante in, giving to one leg, either the ankle or the knee, something on that right leg, not feeling great. But with help, she is back in the dugout. So we certainly hope that is not a serious injury. And I did not see who might be going out.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. There are only two people on the bench listed as substitute players. That's number 15. Michelle Loya, and number 22, Miranda Perez or Perez. And we don't know how they say that.
And we don't have a 15 or a 22 out there right now. We've got 1, we've got 10, we've got 9.
So they may have moved some folks around. I don't see a 15
and
or 22.
We've got a fourth player out there, but I can't catch the number. I'm screened out right now.
And they're out there a ways. Kind of turned away, so we'll figure it out as soon as we can and see that and let you know.
We have a 1, a 10, a 9, and I'm screened out again.
Right. Well, we'll try to figure that out as soon as we can. We'll know when they come into bat for sure. But speaking of at bat, Hobbs is continuing after the in the park home
1,
run.
9, 10, and 5.
Okay. After the in the park home run by Sanaya Jackson, the pitcher for Hobbs. Bases are cleaned off, 2 outs, and coming up to the plate, it is Mariah Jimenez, a center fielder for Hobbs. Actually, I've got, number 3. I've got it right.
And we're still waiting on the substitute to come in. And 1, 2, 3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think they are short of players still.
Yeah, they are still short of players. Whitmire's all the way out in center field. So
maybe, the catcher, she's out there dancing around, so don't know about that. But for Hobbs, Jimenez is going to be at the plate, and Zambrano, that is Abby Zambrano, is on deck, and then it's back to the top of the lineup to Sol Rangel. If Hobbs gets that far, they would like to continue this at bat. They've got 5 runs across so far, and 5-0 lead over Artesia in the bottom of the first. And
what you like to see here is you loaded the bases with nobody out. And then you managed to cash in. You've got 5 runs out of that, and that's pretty good.
And you're still at bat, so it's still possible. Hobbs could repopulate and get him back in. You don't know, but they would like to keep things going. We will see. I don't know exactly what we're waiting on right now.
We should have we should have had the sub come in already. I can't believe the umps are letting it go this far.
Well,
and it's possible Polito was stalling to get somebody warmed up, or I don't know.
Coach Polito is out there talking with the umps. I think they are making adjustments, to the lineups and so forth. But there is nobody outside the dugout over there warming up, so I don't think any of the changes might involve pitching. So. I don't know. I don't see anybody warming up, throwing to warm up. Here we go. We're going to have number 4. It might be someone coming in from JV.
That's Leverio, the DP.
Oh, the DP. Okay. Oh, okay. Yep. She was batting in the cleanup position. She struck out in the top of the first. But yes, so the DP will become a player.
Yep, she was hitting for Bustamante anyway, so
right.
she'll just
so
take
she'll
over
just,
for her in the
in
field, I'm thinking.
Yep. That looks like the answer that Coach Polito has come up with.
And yep, that's exactly what they're going to do.
All right, bottom of the first.
A
2
long
outs.
injury timeout.
Yeah, exactly. This first inning has taken a long time to play, with a long at bat by Hobbs and the injury timeout. So up to the plate, Tim Minnis steps up with 2 outs, nobody on, and that pitch is a smoking inside fastball. Nice pitch by Apodaca, and sometimes a long timeout like that can wear you down just a little bit, and other times it helps you sharply focus. That's going to miss low and inside. She took a little speed off of that as well. So 1-1 count on Jimenez.
And the base is cleared on the inside the park home run, the 3-bagger for Sanaya Jackson.
And that is going to miss low over the plate, but just a little bit low. 2-1 the count now. Bottom of the first, 5-0. Hobbs still at bat. They'd love to add to it if they can. That is going to miss inside. A lot of pop in the glove, though.
Little late movement from Apodaca, but not nearly enough.
So 3-1 count.
This ump's got a pretty tight strike zone. It's consistent, though, and I like that.
Yeah, he's that. Oh, wow, she's going to take the base. That, again, is a little dangerous when you decide to
wait
call.
until he says go.
Exactly, because sometimes if it's close enough, that ball becomes a strike. And umps don't like it when you decide to do their job for them. So, but it is a walk. And that is going to be a call, strike one. He's calling the outside corner. He's not giving any on the low end of the strike zone. But that outside corner, he's pretty consistent about that. A little hit back right to the circle. Apodaca picks it up, fires over to first to Molina, and that's the 3rd out. So Hobbs will be content with 5 runs across, and it is 5-0 heading to the top of the 2nd inning. We'll have more Hobbs Lady Eagle softball coming up.
Attention mechanics, NMR Pipeline is hiring now. If you know your way around heavy equipment and you have your own tools, NMR Pipeline wants to talk to you. NMR is offering top pay based on experience and solid benefits, medical, dental, and vision. NMR Pipeline isn't looking for trainees. They're hiring real mechanics ready to turn wrenches and get the job done right. Apply now at 300 South Main in Eunice. NMR Pipeline, built on skills driven by hard work. NMR Pipeline is an equal opportunity employer. SunGuard Precision is all about your truck and your home and making both look and feel amazing. SunGuard uses Lumar Window Tint, the top name in the game. For your truck, that means a cooler cap, UV protection, and a sleek custom look that turns heads. For your home, it's all about comfort blocking heat, reducing glare, and adding privacy without losing your view. SunGuard Precision brings style, protection, and performance on the road and at home. Call or look up SunGuard Precision in names and numbers. SunGuard Precision, your tinting pros.
Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and on Eagle 100.5 Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. In the bottom of the 2nd inning, Hobbs put 5 runs across on just 2 hits. There were no errors, and there was 1 left on base. So 5-0 is your score. Top of the 2nd inning after that first one took a very long time to play. And it's the middle of the lineup. 6, 7, 8 due up for Artesia. Hammond, Fuentes, Molina, Leslie Molina. And a hit on the very first pitch goes smoking down the first base line, and Garcia puts the glove out, scoops it up, and touches first. So unassisted, 3 unassisted in the scorebook for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Can't get any more efficient than that. And that brings to the plate Brooklyn Fuentes, playing left field, first plate appearance, and hits the first pitch she sees. And that was a slightly softer pitch on the outside corner by Jackson. And it was a connection just a little late, out of play for strike 1. 0-1 count, 1 down, nobody on. That's going to hit the outside corner. I said this ump has a little more give on his outside corner than on the inside corner. Again, he's being very consistent so far on the calls. doesn't give a lot on the upper end of the zone or the lower one, and that one rises. In fact, Ralston loses it off the top of her glove, but nobody on base, so no problem. Just a little bit high, so it's a 1-2 count now on Fuentes. Molina on deck and Molina in the hole. That's at Brooklyn, or actually Leslie, followed by Janae, and more contact off the end of the bat, just a little late, out of play. Count remains 1-2. Leslie Molina playing first base. That misses low. It was over the plate, but brings the count 2-2. Janae Molina in center field, or was in center field. I guess she stayed in center field. Was that right?
Yes.
And swing and a foul back to the screen, protecting the plate there. And Jackson varying the speeds on her pitch and has so far been able to keep the Artesia batters. Of course, this is the first time around still for these batters. They're seeing it for the first time. That 2 outside. So 3-2, first full count for Jackson in this game. Of course, this is only the 7th batter she's facing. Little grounder headed over to Zambrano. She's able to pick that one up and toss it over to Garcia. 4-3 in the books for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. Brings up number 16, Leslie Molina, first baseman, to the plate. And 2 outs, nobody on. Hobbs up 5-0 in this one over Artesia. A swing at contact, out of play, off to the right on the first pitch. Again, even though this is the first time that a lot of these Artesia batters are seeing their first plate appearance, they're not wasting any time. They're swinging the bat, making contact. But they're also getting those 2 strikes on them pretty easily. That's going to fall in for a hit. A little Texas leaguer behind first base. Over there was Mariah Zambrano to come in on it. She did make the stop, and it keeps it to just a single. But Artesia threatening a 2-out rally here with Molina on first base and Janae Molina up to the plate. Or is that?
Yep.
Okay. Swing and a miss. Good rising fastball by Jackson, and Molina swinging under that a little bit for strike 1. So 2 outs, a runner on first. And a swing and a high pop. Is it going to stay in play? No, it goes out as both Ralston and Garcia move up under it, hoping that one of them would have a play. Neither of them does. It goes out.
Carried out and caught a fan in the stands.
Has 0-2 count now in Janae Molina. Again, aggressive at the plate can help you, but it's Jackson has been taking advantage of that. She had 3 strikeouts in.
Now they're checking the fan in the stands, so we've got another injury timeout.
Wow, it's unusual to actually stop play because of something in the stands, right? To have that. So we hope that she's all right. My goodness. This is just, you just don't see it every day.
No, you don't.
And you don't like to see it. Don't like anybody to get hurt here at the softball, whether on whichever side of the fence they're on, right?
Well, there used to be signs at most ballparks that say, pay attention to the action.
All right, so 0-2
Not saying
count.
that fan wasn't. I'm just.
Yep, 2 outs, a runner on first, 0-2 count, and contact again is going to go high and out of play. So count remains 0-2, but that was a pretty good swing. Jackson has a little spin on her ball, and Artesia.
And just FYI, adjust your score bug, please, with the outs.
Okay.
And that one going to get away from Ralston.
I got it. 2 outs. There must be a delay. It's got to be a delay on the stream because I'm showing 2 outs on mine. Top of the second, 2 outs, 5-0. The score. My score bug is fine. It's just delay on the stream problem. And a swing and a miss as Jackson just really stayed with it and put a little rising, took a little something off of it. And Molina swings and misses, goes down swinging, and that's the 4th K for Jackson, and 3rd out. So Artesia threatens but can't put a run across. Count, and the score remains 5-0 as we move to the bottom of the 2nd inning. More Hobbs Lady Eagle softball coming up.
Listen up. You asked for it, you got it. Introducing all-in pricing from TDS. Get ultra-powerful 1 gig internet for just $49.99 a month for 2 years. No gimmicks, no gotchas. Plus, no contract, free installation, and a powerful Wi-Fi router included. All in? Oh yeah. Visit hellotds.com today. Internet speeds are up to and not guaranteed. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
And welcome back. At the bottom of the second inning, Hobbs was able, or Artesia, top of the second inning, I'm sorry, Artesia scored no runs on one hit. There were no errors, one left on base. And we go to the bottom of the second now with Hobbs at Lady Eagles coming up to the plate. They are in the lead in this one, 5-0. Courtesy of a slow start by Apodaca, very uncharacteristic for her. We talked about her record as a pitcher before this game got going. She just struggled to find the zone a little bit in that first at bat for Hobbs, and Hobbs took advantage of that. They scored 5 runs on only 2 hits in their first at bat. Now, second time through, and we're starting with the top. And that just misses the inside corner. The Artesia faithful not liking that.
It's been consistent.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
For both squads.
From
our perspective, anyway.
Sol Runhill at the plate. She walked and scored her first time up. That she makes contact, kind of a check swing, swing, makes contact, fouls it off to the right for strike one. So 1-1 count on her. As we're back to the top of the order, Runhill, Zambrano, Fuentes. 1-1 now. A swing way out in front of that as Apodaca. She took a little off of it, but really more than anything, Runhill was just a little anxious to hit and was way out in front of that. Caught a piece of it, I think. Sort of sounded like it.
Yep. He was indicated foul tip.
And that is going to go out of play off to the right. So with 2 strikes on her, protecting the plate, count remains 1-2. No outs, nobody on. Hobbs wants to change that. Go ahead and populate the bases again if they can. Add to that lead. That contact made, I think it was going to be high and outside, but
it was a riser, but
it looked good enough that I think Runhill felt like she needed to at least try to spoil it off, if not make good contact. So contact remains, or the count remains 1-2. That is going to miss inside as Runhill was a little trepid out. She's just now breathing a big sigh of relief. She felt like that's close enough. Is he going to call it? Is he going to call it? She left it alone. She flinched on it. Let it go. 2-2 the count. That comes in low, hitting the plate. It would have been in the dirt, but this is artificial surface here. A nice field. It's been artificial field for what, about 10 years or so, I think, at least.
Yeah, something like that.
Probably at least that. So full count now on the leadoff batter for Hobbs here in the bottom of the second inning. Hits that one foul, out of play again.
And a pretty good job as Runhill has managed to foul off a couple that probably would have sit her down. So we've got a battle going on.
We do, and a lot of pitches. This is probably about the 9th pitch, I think, that Apodaca has thrown to Runhill. That misses high and outside. She threw up the kind of a little sucker pitch again to see if Runhill would chase. She does not. Left it alone that time.
5th walk offered by Apodaca. That almost equals her walk total for the season thus far.
Yeah, sometimes you just have a game where you just felt like you can't get untracked, and that seems to be happening with Apodaca here. Shows bunt, leaves the bat down and kind of slaps at it and misses it.
Not a good thing, because that was out of the zone.
It was. Mariah Zambrano deciding to kind of chase that
with
one a bit.
Apodaca struggling, I understand the thinking, but make her pitch, and if it's not going to be in the zone, pull that bat back.
0-1 count, runner on first. Swing and a high pop's going to go out of play over our heads. So 0-2 count now on Mariah Zambrano. She hit a single and ended up getting thrown out at home plate in the first out that Artesia made in the first at bat for Hobbs. So she is 1 for 1. I'd like to add to that stat, move a runner around or in. And that misses. A soft one. A throw down to second. Is it in time? Oh, got her, burned her down. As that was a nice throw, Whitmire. And it was kind of a soft pitch coming up. And I thought, since it was a softer pitch, that throw was not going to get there in time.
But Munoz got it right in front. It was right on from Whitmire and slapped the tag down right on top of Rangel. So now the base is clear with a 1-2 count to Zambrano.
And there's a grounder headed to third. Marquez picks it up, fires over to first as Molina hangs on to that for out number 2. And just like that, 2 outs, nobody on. So 5-3 in the books for out number 2. And that brings up Jackie Fuentes to the plate. Shortstop for Hobbs, and that misses low for ball 1. Fuentes walked her first time up and scored. Garcia's on deck, Valenzuela in the hole if Hobbs gets that far, and they would like to add some more to their 5-0 lead here. That misses low as well as Apodaca taking a little speed off of that. Still stays out of the zone. 2-0 the count. That's a little high. It was over the plate, a little rising action to that. And Fuentes flinched, but she did not offer. So 3-0 count. With 2 outs and nobody on, Hobbs would like to get a little 2-out rally going here. That hits the inside corner, and that's one of the only, I think, two pitches that have come across that inside corner that he has called. Not saying that others were strikes, just that was a strike that I saw it, and he did call it such. That misses low, and that is the 6th walk that Apodaca has issued. So Fuentes takes her base, brings up Ali Garcia, cleanup hitter for Hobbs, to the plate. And she had an RBI walk, her first plate appearance. This is her second. So an RBI walk, and ended up crossing the plate herself later in the at-bat. That misses low. In fact, it gets behind Whitmire, and that is going to move Fuentes over to second. So
wild pitch.
Yeah, wild pitch. As
if it hits the plate, but if the catcher doesn't have a chance at it, then it can't be a pass ball.
Nope.
I know the pitcher in the room may argue, but
I totally agree with you on that one. Absolutely. So 1-0 count on Garcia.
3 wild pitches in the game for Apodaca.
And they've all but one has been costly. Or have been costly, rather. That misses low and inside for ball 2.
And good plate discipline for the Lady Eagles. They are making them throw to her. When they're strikes, they're swinging, but they're laying off the stuff that maybe she's seeing against some lower division competition.
And that misses low and inside as well. At some point, you got to start thinking, when you're out there, you do start thinking, okay, I'm missing consistently, so what am I doing? It's got to be an issue of timing, or where am I putting my foot? Am I a little over to the left more than I am? Am I my release point? Is it just a little bit late? So what's going on? And you start questioning that, trying to figure it out, what you're doing, how you're missing that consistently. Low and inside again for another walk, and that brings up Valenzuela to the plate.
We've called whole double headers that didn't have 7 walks, and we've got 7 walks on one side.
We do. So runners at 2 outs, runners at first and second.
And here comes Coach Polito.
Yep. Polito is probably going to say, okay, what are we feeling here? Are you thinking Polito's been, obviously because of Apodaca's talent and record, and coming into this, she's been patient, giving her time to kind of figure things out.
And I think we're going to have a pitching change.
And now she's out of patience and is going to say, well, all right, gave you some room, gave you some time. Things are not getting better. We're giving up way too many runners, giving up too many runs, got too many walks. on the books and doing going to make a change here. We'll just see what they do and who
I think
they put in.
I think they're going to move Marquez
I
over
think
from third
and,
since she went to the dugout. Yep.
Yeah, and yep. So we're going to have a pitching change as number 7, Katrine Marquez, comes over from third base to the plate, or to the circle. So Marquez goes in for Apodaca.
And Apodaca will go to third.
And they'll just, and I love that. I mean, when you're keeping a book and you're announcing, you like an easy change like that. Players just simply switch, and that makes things so much easier for you, for sure. So with 2 outs, runners at first and second, Marquez comes into the circle. She's taken her warm-up pitches, and no other changes indicated in the field.
And a 1-1 record for Marquez on the season with a 5.63 ERA in 6 appearances. Did throw 1 complete game.
So she's in earlier, probably. Yep.
27 innings pitched, has given up 30 hits, 27 runs. In that 27 innings, 22 of them have been earned. She's a little prone to the walk, too. 13 walks on the season, but she has struck out 34. She is kind of a strikeout artist, would appear to be.
What I see about her right away is she has an interesting release. She kind of watched that ball. It's going to have a lot of spin on it coming in. So far, not a lot of speed, but those are just warm-up pitches, so she could certainly put a little more pop on it. But if anything, I would bet some of it is she has an interesting release with her fingers. She almost hides the ball a little bit with her hand, so she might be just a little bit harder to pick up if you're batting. You may be able, may not. They're going to really have to concentrate on it. Watch her hand. Don't get distracted by the arm. Don't watch the hip. Watch the hand and watch the release point if you're batting. And then that spin. You're going to really have to hit that ball dead in the center to stop the spin and get a solid hit on it. So that's just what I'm seeing. But it's with only a few pitches here, so we'll see what happens. Stepping in now is number 14, Marina Valenzuela, who reached on a fielder's choice and scored her first time up. This is her second plate appearance. So 2 outs, runners at first and second. And Valenzuela looks at that first pitch. It was high and outside for ball 1. That is going to be low, miss low and inside for ball number 2. It's like this game already taking a lot of time to play.
Yeah,
it's
we're already at an hour.
Wow. For softball, that's forever for just 2 innings of ball. Not even 2 full innings of ball. That's a long game so far. That's fouled off down the third base line down to left field. So strike number 1, 2-1 the count now.
And we've had a lot of breaks in the action.
Yeah, an unusual game thus far. We've had a collision out to a player injured, a fan. There's a cut on the inside of the bat. It was high and inside, but with
yeah, I think Valenzuela took a hack at probably what would have been ball 3.
Yeah, because it was near her hand too. Fouled off, so 2-2 the count now. 2-2, 2 outs and runners at first and second. A lot of 2s in this one right now. That misses high for ball 3. A little more speed on that, and you could see that spin that she's got as it came in. So full count, 2 outs, 2 on. Hobbs leading 5-0, and lets that one go. Good eye as Valenzuela flinched on it. She was thinking about swatting at it, let it go, and that's going to load the bases. So now 2 outs, bases loaded, and Addie Ralston, catcher, up to the plate. Now she struck out her first time at bat, so she's looking for redemption.
And with the bases loaded, this would be a good time to do it.
Yep. Owen, she's 0 for 1, and she could clean them off. That is going to hit the inside corner, yep, and be called.
A little bit of late movement on that as Ralston thought it was coming inside and kind of shimmied back a little bit.
And ball kind of broke back over the plate, and enough to be called a strike. So 0-1 count. That would have been a strike. She was fouled off up to the almost made it out. Hit the screen, came back. So strike two, 0-2 count. 2 outs, bases loaded, 0-2. Ralston Hobbs would like to keep the line moving here and not waste those base runners and bring at least one of them in. Another foul off down toward the Hobbs dugout, so count remains 0-2, and that was a little on the inside corner as well. Not a lot of speed on that, but spin, definitely. So 0-2 still. That misses outside, and that gets out of the glove and will score one. Has come sliding across as Fuentes, who reached on a walk, crosses the plate, and Hobbs has another run across, and bases still loaded.
And still can't close the book on Apodaca because she's still responsible for Garcia over at third.
Bases not loaded, runners on second and third now, but a 1-2 count on Ralston. And a little hit, that's going to be trouble. It's going to fall right in front of Bustamante, and she picks it up. Thought it might have been trouble if it just died and she was back too far for it, but she picked it up, made the play, no problem. So 4-3 in the books for out number 3, and Hobbs is able to get one run across to make it 6-0 as we head to the top of the third inning. We'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagle Artesia softball coming up.
Did you know that Lee County State Bank drive-up lanes are open late? Interactive tellers give you convenient, extended drive-through hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lee County State Bank ITMs feature a screen which connects you to a live teller inside the bank to assist you with your banking transactions. No need to rush to the bank with Lee County State Bank's extended ITM drive-through lanes conveniently located near you in Lovington, Hobbs, and Eunice. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family and friends is what you get at Bel Air Bowl, the only place to bowl for nearly 100 miles around. You can grab a snack and bowl, play pool, or even video arcade. They're the perfect place for a birthday party. Bel Air Bowl has got you covered and can make it happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind the Bel Air Shopping Center. Where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball in. Lady Eagles were able to score one run on no hits. There were no errors committed, 2 left on base. And we go to the top of the third inning. Hobbs is leading 6-0. And it is top of the lineup again.
Yes,
so
it is.
Top of the order. It is going to be Munoz, Marquez, Apodaca. 1, 2, 3 for Artesia, trailing by 6. And the first pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1. That is still Jackson in the circle for Hobbs. And 1-0 count. That at bat for Artesia, or that at bat for Hobbs took a little while. So a swing and a foul as that hit the plate.
Kind of fought it off coming in. Yeah, it was coming in and was trying to move out of the way, I think, almost to that one, and instead caught a little
piece
lumber
of the bat with it. So 1-1 count. One of those unintentional.
Or ceramic or composite or whatever they are these days.
Unintentional. And there's a swing off the end of the bat. It's going to go out of play. Off to the right, as I think they automatically check the lady the lady in the stands who had gotten hit before. So she's all right this time. 1-2 the count. There's a line drive shot over the second baseman's head, going to roll all the way to the fence. Center fielder picks it up, throws it into second. Will she get her in time? No, safe, just slid in as a tag was made, but an arm went out just in time, and Munoz was able to slide into second base. That was well played out there, though. Jimenez nicely played off the wall, good throw in, and almost got her out at second base, but instead she's in scoring position, and that brings up Marquez to the plate. She singled and hits the first pitch she sees. It's out of the yard. Nope, it is not, right at the fence. Oh, incredible play. Jimenez, but tagging up and going home. It is going to score a run, but that was an incredible play by Jimenez. Right, just amazing. She leapt up and was able to put her glove up and catch it right at the top of the, just amazing. That was a highlight reel catch for sure. You do not see that very often, and paid the price for it. Came down, hit the fence, probably hyperextended everything on her body doing that. Coach Boyle's going to run out along with the training staff and make sure that she's okay out there. But that was a spectacular play by Jimenez, but it did bring in Munoz from second base.
So it'll go as a sac fly RBI for Marquez.
So wipe the shutout out of the books and make it 6-1 with one out, and brings Caden Apodaca, the pitcher, to the plate.
Not anymore. She's third baseman now.
I was just about to say, hadn't gotten there yet. She started in the circle for Artesia and then moved over, swap positions with the third baseman. But they stay in their original batting lineup. So she will come to the plate, having struck out her first time at the plate.
She singled her first time up.
She misses. Okay. Oh, I've got, you know what? I had second and third. The second and third batter swapped out in the way that I marked it in the books. Ooh, there's a line drive that's going to fall fair. It goes off the end of the glove. Zambrano gets a glove on it. Then it hits the fence. She's got to chase it down. Made great relay, really good relay throws, but it's going to be Apodaca standing up on third.
Yeah, slid in for the triple.
Yeah, she was able to get a three-bagger out of it.
And now's the danger zone as Artesia's lineup kind of figuring out Jackson.
And Apodaca with the triple. And the first pitch is hit. Was it fair?
Yep.
Yep, it was. Garcia thought that I guess she did catch it in fair territory. Her glove, it hit the glove.
She hit the glove in fair territory.
And then it bounced out in foul territory. So it will bring in Apodaca. So it's, and I don't know.
It's an E3.
An E3.
If it was in the glove.
If it hit the glove, even in that.
If it hits it, it's one thing. If it's in it, it's another, and it was in it. It was a smoker, but I think it has to go as an error.
It's tough to have to write that down, but I get it. So 2 across in this at bat for Artesia. Swing and a foul back to the screen. Lavadio will stay put, having reached on the error. Stay put on first, and it becomes first strike against Whitmire. So 0-1 count. With 1 out, 1 on, swing and fouled off to the screen for strike 2. A good cut at it, though, as you mentioned.
They're
Artesia,
getting the timing down,
exactly.
and the bombs are coming out.
Second plate appearance for for all the hitters so far. Starting with Hammond, it'll be the second time through as well. That is going to miss. 1-2 is the count. 1-2 the count on Whitmire. Hammond on deck. Fuentes in the hole. 1 out. A runner on first. A little change up and a pop up. It's in foul. Coming back for it. Under it is Ralston. Made a nice grab and a play. She had to that was high. She had to really hang with that for a while and catch it right at the screen. So a pop out, a foul pop to catcher position 2 for out number 3. And that seals the deal.
So we must have had something on the run by Munoz.
Yes.
That means that it didn't come in.
It didn't come in. It didn't count.
Yeah. So I would maybe interference, or she didn't touch
or
third.
didn't touch the bag. I bet she didn't.
Touch third.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Yeah, that'll wipe that one off. So it'll be a 6-1 score.
Yep, 6-1. Instead of 6-2, out number 3. So wipe that out. Huh. All right. So just the 1 run scored on only 1 hit?
2 hits.
2 hits, that's right. 2 hits. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error committed, and 1 left on base.
Yep.
That is how we scored it in the top of the 3rd. So bottom of the 3rd inning, Lady Eagles are leading this one 6-1. We'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagle softball on the way.
For all your grocery specials, shop Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs. The best deals in fresh produce, fresh meat, and vegetables, frozen and dairy, health and beauty, and so much more. with the friendliest and most knowledgeable staff, Thriftway in La Tienda. For all your grocery specials, come on down to La Tienda, 400 East Marland, and Thriftway, 1317 North Turner and Hobbs. Best of luck, Eagles, from all of your friends at Thriftway and La Tienda grocery stores.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball, as your score is 6-1. Hobbs Lady Eagles leading, and we come up bottom of the third inning. They're coming up to the plate, and it is going to be Jackson, Jimenez, Zambrano, 7, 8, 9 due up for Hobbs. You know, another scenario also occurred to me. She might have left the bag before, too early, or might not have been on the bag when the pitcher pitched. Either one will get you thrown out if they see it and it's called when it happens. So could be. All right, so here we are, bottom of the third. And that's going to miss low and outside for ball one on the left-handed Jackson. So 1-0 count. Of course, no outs, nobody on. Hobbs was able to put 5 across in their first at-bat, 1 in their second at-bat. This is there's a chopper over to third. Apodaca picks it up and fires over just in time to get Jackson at first. So from 5 to 3 in the books for out number 1. That brings up Mariah Jimenez, center fielder. And Jimenez has made a couple of really good plays out there in center field. That last catch, particularly. And she walked and got stranded her first time at the plate. That hits the outside corner for call, strike 1. Good pitch. So 1 out, nobody on. An 0-1 count on Jimenez. Zambrano on deck, and then Rangel in the hole. And that's going to be high for ball 1. 1-1. So a 6-1 score right here in Hobbs leading, and a cut at that. Just caught the end of the bat, fouled it off for strike 2. As Jimenez, as I said, this is her second plate appearance. She's 0 for, though, having walked her first time up. And that is going to be called strike. Wow. Seemed like it was a little outside, but ump thought it crossed the corner at some point. And call strike. Jimenez not agreeing with that, but the ump has called the outside corner consistently for both pitchers. And that that's probably the stretchiest of those calls, and that's another call strike down the pipe. So 2 outs, top of the order. Rangel looking at that. She's had 2 walks, scored once, and got thrown out.
Zambrano.
Yeah. Oh, Zambrano. Sorry, calling her Rangel. Zambrano batting in the 9th slot. And that is going to be a call strike. Wow, that was a little up. That was on the outside corner, and that probably stretched the upper part of the zone a little beyond what the ump has been calling so far, but 0-2 count. That misses high, and Zambrano lets it go. So 1-2 count now, 2 outs, nobody on. Second plate appearance for Zambrano. She got thrown out. That misses outside. So 2-2. Zambrano hit a pitch right back to the circle her first time up. Grounded out. So she's 0 for 1. Looking to get a 2-out rally started for Hobbs here. They'd like to add to their lead. Swings and sends that one back to the screen. Cut just under the ball a little bit. Spun it back. So count remains 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. 6-1. Hobbs has had a lot of gifts in this game. They scored 5 runs on only 2 hits in their first at bat. 1 run on no hits their second time up. That misses, runs the count full. So Abby Zambrano, the second baseman for Hobbs, batting in this 9th slot. Looking to get something rolling again for Hobbs here. That is going to be a call strike on the inside corner. Oh, yeah. We talked about that. You don't want to do the ump's job for him. He make you pay every time. I think regardless of what did or didn't happen, that would have been a call strike on the inside corner. So strike out, and that is now strikeout number 2. for Marquez in relief of Apodaca. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We are going to the top of the 4th inning with more Hobbs Lady Eagle softball coming up.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
Forest Tire is celebrating 80 years in business. There's always another task to tackle, but making your to-do list disappear generates a ton of wear and tear on your tires. Do more for more miles with the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. Whether it's hauling your boat up to the lake or driving through the job site, Michelin designed a tire that's tough enough for anything. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball. Top of the 4th inning, Artesia up to the plate. First pitch is going to miss outside for ball number 1. So let's top of the 4th. I'm just adjusting my scorebook. 1-0 count. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Jackson. Hammond at the plate. Fuentes on deck. Leslie Molina in the hole for Artesia. 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup. Second plate appearance. There's a shallow, it may be trouble. Yeah, it was a little Texas leaguer. It went up high, but it was too shallow for Jimenez to get, even running full out. And a little behind the bag, just too far away for Zambrano or Fuentes to get over and get it. I mean,
just a little blooper looper out in the center.
And enough for a single to put Hammond on base. First pitch, hit, and it's going to be foul for strike number 1. So a single by Hammond has her on first. Fuentes grounded out her only other plate appearance. She's 0 for 1. Fouls that one off ringingly for strike number 2.
Fuentes hits one like she did last time. It could be double play territory.
Leslie Molina on deck, and then Janae Molina in the hole. Another foul out of play off to the parking lot this time.
Please don't hit the gray Nissan or the white Jeep.
I think it was kind of in line to hit the Artesia bus, maybe. So, if anything. All right, so 0-2 count now. And a swing and a miss and another strikeout. I've got that as 5.
Yep.
For Jackson, and a good time for it. Strikeout, 1 out. And that brings up Leslie Molina to the plate. So 1 out, 1 on. Ooh, good pitch. A rising fastball. Lovely. And a swing and a miss as Molina was under it and late. 0-1. 1 out, 1 on. A little bloop foul as Ralston doesn't even throw off the mask. She comes out of the crouch to see it, as that was a full swing, but it caught just a piece of it under it and just barely popped it up and becomes out number 2. So a little pop to the catcher. First pitch to Molina, hit. It's a high foul ball. It's going to go out of play. Good hustle over there. Mariah Zambrano from right. Goes all the way to the fence to see if she's going to have a play at it, and does not.
Just kind of a loud strike 1.
Right. So a pop foul. I'm still writing that foul pop out number 2 in the books there. 0-1 count. A change up. Nice off-speed pitch by Jackson's. Painted the outside corner, and Molina swung at it and missed for strike number 2. So 2 outs, so runner on first. Hobbs still leading 6-1 here in the bottom of the 4th, or top of the 4th rather. There's a line drive shot out to left field, and Rangel is going to pick that up, throw it into third, and keep it to just a single. Of course, it's going to move Hammond over to second, but a 2-out line drive shot, solid hit out to left, keeps Artesia's hopes alive in this at bat. Runners at first and second, and top of the order now First pitch swung on and fouled off out of play for strike one.
Of course, Munoz a ringing double to lead things off back in the third, but then for some reason was called out, either didn't tag or didn't touch a base or
left the bag, wasn't on base when the pitch was pitched. Something happened, and there's a high foul ball. It's going to be out of play again as Mariah Zambrano giving chase. Futile effort, but still always good to see the hustle. And if you think it's going to stay in and you're going to have a play at it, you follow that ball everywhere and anywhere. So just keeps the count at 0-2, 2 outs. 2 on, 0-2 count. Top of the lineup for Artesia. Swat and a high foul is going to be out of play again, as this time Jackson, Garcia, and Ralston all went to the dugout to see if anybody was going to have a play on it. Count remains 0-2. If Munoz finds a way on, Marcus is on deck and Apodaca in the hole. But Hobbs would like to seal it off right here. Oh, there's a high fly ball headed out to center field. Is it gone? Is it gone? Is it? No, it hits the bottom of the fence and bounces off, and then it scores a run, but being thrown out, Munoz gets thrown out at second by a really nicely played ball. Jimenez has been spectacular for Hobbs in center field this game. She made a nice play off of the wall, a great throw to second. So 8-6, I believe, for third out. But the runner scores.
The runner
counted, and that means it's 6-2 now. And we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Hobbs coming up to the plate. We'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagles softball action.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
NMJC, success through learning. My future's looking brighter. My life's an open door. New Mexico Junior College gave me the chance I was looking for. Affordable education designed to fit my needs. Now every day is filled with opportunity. NMJC, success through learning. NMJC.
At nmjc.edu.
Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle Softball on Hobbs 422, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5 Facebook. So in the top of the fourth inning, Artesia was able to put one run across on 2 hits.
Three hits.
Three? Okay.
Yep, it was 3.
It was 3. Single, a pop foul, a line
was
drive,
single, a
and a line
strikeout,
drive.
a pop out, a single, and a single that was thrown out trying to be turned into a double.
That's right, the single. I didn't write that down as a single. I wrote the out down, but that's right. I was trying to find that other hits, with 3 hits. No errors and 1 left on. So here we are, bottom of the fourth inning, and the Lady Eagles are leading this one 6-2. And the first pitch, he extended the low end of the zone on that one. First pitch to Saul Rangel is a call strike. Since we both know Eli Rangel and the Rangel family, don't know if there's a relation here. Sometimes they're called Rangel, sometimes Rangel. Go with your suggestion and give Rangel an 0-2 count now. 0-2. That hits the outside corner, a call strike.
Can't sit there with the bat on your shoulder, and that is 3 consecutive strikeouts now for Marquez.
It is.
I've got to wonder if maybe Hobbs is having a little bit of trouble picking up the spin as it's coming out, because that's 3 straight strikeouts now.
And picking up the ball, just seeing that ball in time. Now, Marquez doesn't overwhelm you with speed, but she varies the speed of her pitches and placement. That one hits the outside corner. Yep, call strike.
And it tails a long way when she throws that. I mean, it starts pretty much in the right side batter's box, but then it moves over and through and crosses the plate.
Yeah, and it's more of a straight cross. It's not really ball action. It's the trajectory of it. Yep, strike. So she's really finding the groove here, and Hobbs is going to have to worry less about deciding is it going to be a strike as it leaves her hand, as watching the ball and trying to hit wherever it is. Swing and a miss. Straight strikeouts. This one going down swinging. 4 strikeouts. Now for Marquez. 2 outs. That brings Jackie Fuentes, the shortstop, to the plate. She's walked twice and crossed the plate twice for Hobbs. That's going to hit the outside corner. Yes, Hobbs is going to have to start swinging at that. They may feel like their bat's a little too short. So length of the bat, don't choke up, and move up in the box just a tad and try to make contact, because that's going to get called a strike. A 1 count, 2 outs, nobody on. That is a straight away line drive shot to center field. Molina, diving catch, hangs on to it, and just like that, 3 outs, 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on, as Hobbs is having a little trouble now with Marquez, and some good fielding, denying Hobbs anybody on base that time. We'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagles softball coming up.
Here's some good news. Master Plumbers is thanking their customers. Right now, you can have your drain cleared for $39. $39, and you pick the drain. You better hurry. This drain clearing promotion won't last long. Plus, free camera inspection. Drain clogged? No problem. Call the Master. 397-9385. Reminder, Master Plumbers will meet or beat any competitor's plumbing price.
Master Plumbers. Call the Master.
SunGuard Precision is all about your truck and your home and making both look and feel amazing. SunGuard uses Lumar Window Tint, the top name in the game. For your truck, that means a cooler cap, UV protection, and a sleek custom look that turns heads. For your home, it's all about comfort blocking heat, reducing glare, and adding privacy without losing your view. SunGuard Precision brings style, protection, and performance on the road and at home. Call or look up SunGuard Precision in names and numbers. SunGuard Precision, your tinting pros.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball, as it was 3 up, 3 down. In fact, I think there were 9 pitches thrown in that
8.
at bat. 8? Only 8?
Yep,
Okay.
I was keeping up with it.
We
We were 1 pitch away
All
from an
right.
immaculate inning.
All right, Marquez really getting to the Lady Eagles at that time, in that at bat. I think the Lady Eagles are going to be happy that they were able to get 6 on the board as quickly as they did, and now they're going to try to protect that lead. But Artesia wants to blow things wide open here, and a high fly ball headed out to deep center, and it's out of the park. So there is a single solo home run shot. First out of the park homer of the game, as Katrin Marquez has a solo homer and puts 1 more run on the board for Artesia. Solo home run, first batter up in this top of the 5th inning. And just like that, now Hobbs' lead is down to 3 runs.
And they're coming into a part of the order that is started hitting or making contact anyway with Jackson very hard. Apodaca singled in the first and then hit
tripled.
a ringing triple off the wall her last time up in the 3rd.
And Apodaca up to the plate. Lavadio on deck. Whitmire in the hole. That misses just a little high and outside for ball number 1.
Apodaca trying to get herself off the hook for the L right now.
Right. And Chopper goes foul down the third base line for strike number 1. Apodaca way out in front of that. Really swung down on it. That's why it was a chopper. 1-1 count. Nobody out. Nobody on. But a 6-3 ball game. A 3-run lead by Hobbs now. Swing and a high fly ball is chased. Are we going to have time and room to get it? No, it goes out of play. Although Garcia and Zambrano both giving it chase. Becomes a long high foul. Strike 2. So 0-2 count, or 1-2 count rather. 1-2. No outs. Nobody on. Apodaca looking for redemption at the plate here. Having started in the circle, there's a line drive shot. It's going to go just foul.
Foul by about a foot.
I was going to give it maybe 6 inches. 6 inches to a foot out there. Hard to tell from here, but not by much, for sure. So count remains 1-2. Sun setting. Little bit of a cool breeze, still moving mostly from left to right across this field. Swing and a grounder headed to Fuentes at short. She scoops it up, makes the throw. Is it in time? Yes. A nice stretch by Garcia out there, who has to make that stretch and maintain contact with the bag. She does. So 6-3 for out number 1. And that's a biggie. That gets Hobbs started. But it does bring up Lavario, designated player. And that is going to be a call strike on the inside corner. Nice work by Jackson on that. Let's see. Lavario reached on an error her last time up, got stranded, struck out her first time. She's over. Not anymore. Not anymore. It's over the fence. Second solo homer in this at-bat for Artesia. Wow. And they're catching up 1 run, 1 homer at a time, TJ.
Well, they are, and that's the danger here. And probably time for Hobbs coaches. And, yep, as soon as I say that, Hobbs coach comes out to just try and settle things down. You know, we talked about this. Jackson, a very, very young pitcher, and does a good job varying her speeds. But sometimes things just tend to not really spin and just kind of come in straight. And once Artesia kind of figured out the speed, they've started hitting her very, very hard. So going to be important here to make some adjustments if you can. And if you're Coach Anthony Boyle here and your staff, this may be the time you're 3 times through the lineup, 2.5 times. Maybe think about a change, but they're going to leave Jackson, the 8th grader, out there to continue to face Artesia. Now Hobbs just leading by 2.
And I think they're probably just going to see what's going on, keep a close eye on it. Probably the next time she may get in trouble just a little bit, if that. Now Hobbs can try to get out of it. There's nobody on base, 1 out. Swing and a high ball. It's going to go foul, and it's going to hit the fence out there. Giving chase, trying for it was Zambrano, but didn't have a prayer at it. Whitmire giving it a ride, kind of a sigh of relief for Hobbs as it went foul. Would have been trouble. 0-1 the count, 1 out, nobody on. Yeah, call strike right on the top of the zone. Of course, Whitmire is a tall girl. She's got a bigger strike zone, and that hit right up over the outside corner, and there's a grounder headed straight up the middle, really just by second base, and Zambrano was shaded over toward first enough that it gets by her right out to center field. Jimenez making a nice stop and a throw in. So Whitmire on with a single. 1 out, 1 on. Brings up Hammond to the plate. Hammond reached on a single and scored her last time up. Grounded out her first. That's going to miss, and it's going to get away from Ralston. Ralston got a glove on it, though. I think I'm going to have to call that. Yeah, it's a pass ball, and that is going to allow Whitmire to get to second. Is Whitmire running for herself? She is, isn't she? Okay. So Hammond swings, and a line drive shot out to between right and center. Goes to the wall. It's going to score 1. A nice throw in. With the sun in her eyes, I have to think that Fuentes wasn't able to catch that cutoff. Goes over to third instead. So it does score 1. It's going to be an RBI double for Hammond.
And here comes Anthony. I think that'll do it for the 8th grader. So Jackson going to be done with Hobbs clinging to a 1-run lead here in the top of the 5th.
So 1 out and a runner on and a pitching change. We'll see who goes in for Jackson. Jackson was a she was batting, so she'll come out.
It'll be Rodriguez.
And Rodriguez is going in. My bet is Rodriguez just becomes the deep. Maybe somebody DPs for her. We'll have to see. She may just go in the lineup and bat for Jackson. Rodriguez kind of has a little. She's got one of those, not a full wind up. Just kind of has a. Let's see. Yeah, she has a wind up, but it's almost a sidearm. So it's a very quick one. Takes it more to the side than and up and down.
Just her second appearance of the season for the Lady Eagles senior. She has one inning pitched, although she didn't give up any runs and no hits, didn't walk anybody, and had one strikeout.
Yeah, she's got to kind of flips that ball. Doesn't she relies more on wrist strength than the momentum of the arm coming around for a full circular motion. So that's going to be interesting. And that can be a little hard to pick up as a batter, looking for that little. And it can also tire. You have to have a really strong wrist for that. Put a lot of time in practice to be able to pitch for a long time when you're doing that wrist. And the first pitch is a hit, and it falls out in shallow center. It's picked up and thrown to third in time. Nice work by Jimenez, who picked it up, made a beautiful throw over to third, and clipped the runner. Wow. Very nice work. Again, cut off the lead run as well. So Hammond, after reaching on the RBI double, got thrown out at third, and that's a second out. And that was 8-5. You don't see that in the books all that often for out number 2. Brings up, and that's swing and a high fly ball. Can anybody get to it in time? Yes. Zambrano at a dead run catches that. Another highlight reel catch and robs a hit. That was amazing. Third out. Fly out to right. Beautiful work by Hobbs. They got in a little bit of trouble. They gave up 3 runs, had a pitching change, but got out of it, and still has a 1-run lead. Coming to the plate, Lady Eagles have a chance to try to stretch that lead out. Will be more Lady Eagle softball coming up.
Listen up. You asked for it, you got it. Introducing all-in pricing from TDS. Get ultra-powerful 1 gig internet for just $49.99 a month for 2 years. No gimmicks, no gotchas. Plus, no contract, free installation, and a powerful Wi-Fi router included. All in? Oh yeah. Visit hellotds.com today. Internet speeds are up to and not guaranteed. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
And in the top of the 5th inning, Artesia scored 3 runs on 4 hits. As I've written down 5 hits. Okay, I was about to say I've written down 4, but I'm going to check with TJ to make sure. No errors and nobody left on.
One left.
6-5.
Fuentes at first.
Fuentes at first. You're right. Fuentes at first. That's right. There she is. Because she reached on the fielder's choice.
Nope, it was a single.
A single?
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. And that brings the Lady Eagles back to the plate. First pitch swung on and fouled off out of play as Ali Garcia, number 9, cleanup hitter, but batting first here with Valenzuela on deck, Ralston in the hole. Hobbs girls now, they had a nice cushion, but it was eaten away by Artesia in that at bat. That's going to miss low and inside. Going to back up Garcia for a 1-1 count now. Here we are, bottom of the 5th inning. 1-1 count. 6-5 your score. Hobbs needs to get their cushion back. Swing and a high fly ball. It's going foul. And is it going to stay? Yep, it's going to go out of play, not catchable for strike number 2. 1-2 count now. Garcia trying to go ahead and get something started for Hobbs, as they kind of didn't have a lot to worry about there for a while. Of course, against Artesia, you always need to worry. Swing and a miss. Oh, wow. As Marquez brought the heat right across the plate, and Garcia swung under it and missed.
And that's her 5th strikeout of the game. 6 total for Artesia pitching.
First out, and that brings up Marina Valenzuela to the plate. She walked and got stranded her last time up. She reached on a fielder's choice and crossed the plate her first time up. Trying to get something started for Hobbs. A high pop, and coming up under it is Whitmire. She makes the grab, doesn't even throw her mask off. As to follow that, it was a high pop, and just like that, one pitch to Valenzuela and an out. 2 outs now. Addie Ralston to the plate. Grounded out, struck out. She's 0 for 2 and due. Swing, and just on the inside part of the bat, really close to her hands. Fouled that one. Not catchable for strike 1. So 2 outs. 0-1 count. Bottom of the 5th inning here. Hobbs now leading by just 1 run against Artesia. Swing and a miss, as that was a riser, as Marquez took a little something off of it, but had movement, and Ralston chased. 0-2 count now. 2 outs, nobody on, 0-2 count. 2 out rally time. Hobbs would like to get it cooking. Swing and a high fly ball, looking foul, giving chase is Bustamante out there. Can't get to it in time, so count remains 0-2. Sigh of relief, I think, by everybody. As Ralston looking, she's batting 4-something. I remember, what, 412, 4-something? Heard you give that stat earlier. And
yeah,
looking to,
it was over 400.
420 or something. Yeah, caught a piece of it, stays alive, protecting the plate. 0-2 count remains. Excuse me. Jackson on deck and Jimenez in the hole. If they get that far, Hobbs would like to get that far. They would
467 on the year.
460 was higher than I thought. Yeah, just under 500.
Probably dropping closer to 400 now with the first 0 for 2.
Yeah, she's looking for redemption at the plate here. Hobbs would love to see that. That misses a low for ball 1. She flinched. Did not offer. 1-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on here. Bottom of the 5th inning. We got a barn burner. High fly ball. Is it out of the yard? Out of the park? Is it out? No, it's in the hands of Molina out in center field. Wow. As gave it a ride. Ralston with a nice connection there, but just not far enough. So a fly out to center field ends Hobbs' try. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We go to the top of the 6th. Hobbs still leading by 1, 6-5, and more Lady Eagles softball coming up.
Did you know that Lee County State Bank drive-up lanes are open late? Interactive tellers give you convenient, extended drive-through hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lee County State Bank ITMs feature a screen which connects you to a live teller inside the bank to assist you with your banking transactions. No need to rush to the bank with Lee County State Bank's extended ITM drive-through lanes conveniently located near you in Lovington, Hobbs, and Eunice. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family. Happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They're located behind the Bel Air Shopping Center, where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
Welcome back to Lady Eagles softball, and the Lady Eagles, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. 3 up, 3 down, and that is the 3rd straight 3 up, 3 down that Marquez has notched against Hobbs in her 3 full innings that she has pitched in relief of Apodaca. 3 up, 3 down Hobbs. She just has eaten Hobbs' lunch. They have not been able to get anything started against her. They had the 6 runs only that they had gotten off of Apodaca.
Yeah, our line score, and well, we'll get to it after this pitch.
But it is a bottom of the order. There's a foul, a line drive foul.
Yeah,
beyond the third base for
line through 3 complete. Hobbs has 6 runs on just 2 hits.
Yeah.
They've committed 1 error and left 3 on base for Artesia. 5 runs on 13 hits.
Yeah.
No errors, and they've left 6 stranded.
I've mentioned that the fact that Hobbs was really given gifts in their first couple of at-bats with so many runs off of so few hits.
Yeah,
And
taking
now,
advantage early of those 7, 8 walks.
They're really struggling against Marquez at the bat now. And a strikeout. So that's good to see. As
first strikeout
That's
for
for
Rodriguez
Rodriguez.
and the 6K overall for Hobbs pitching, but it turns it back over to the top of the Bulldog lineup.
yeah, so 1 out, strikeout, goes down swinging. And comes up Munoz to the plate. Marquez on deck. Apodaca in the hole if they get that far.
Munoz 3 for 3 in the ball game. 3 has 2 singles and a double.
Leadoff hitter for good reason for Artesia. But has not crossed the plate. Oh, and there's a high fly ball coming up under it, though. Nicely played by Jimenez. She had to really play the wind. You could see the wind playing with that ball, and she had to make adjustment there. But a long fly out to center field for
And with
out
the
number
wind
2.
blowing slightly in, I think that hung that one up. I think the same thing happened to Ralston. You know, a lot of times you hit them that hard, it's going to get out of here. But I think the wind holding it up and keeping at least a couple in the yard this afternoon.
So 2 outs, nobody on. First pitch to Marquez is fouled back to the screen for strike 1. 2 outs, 0-1 count. A strikeout, a fly out, and now Marquez up to the plate. She had a solo homer her last time up. She had a sac fly RBI and a single.
Struck out.
And struck out. That's right. I flipped those 2 batters in that first at bat for Artesia.
So 1 for 2, but it's a big one with a couple RBIs in the ball game.
But now 2 strikes on her, 0-2 count. 2 outs, nobody on. Ooh, and there's a long fly ball headed out to left field. Coming up under it, though, Rangel. She makes the grab, hangs on to it for third out. So Hobbs has their own 3 up, 3 down against Artesia in that one. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Hobbs still leading by 1 run against Artesia. More Lady Eagle softball coming up.
For all your grocery specials, shop Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs. The best deals in fresh produce, fresh meat, and vegetables, frozen and dairy, health and beauty, and so much more. With the friendliest and most knowledgeable staff, Thriftway and La Tienda. For all your grocery specials, come on down to La Tienda, 400 East Marland, and Thriftway, 1317 North Turner in Hobbs. Best of luck, Eagles, from all of your friends at Thriftway and La Tienda grocery stores.
Forest Tire is celebrating 80 years in business. There's always another task to tackle, but making your to-do list disappear generates a ton of wear and tear on your tires. Do more for more miles with the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. Whether it's hauling your boat up to the lake or driving through the job site, Michelin designed a tire that's tough enough for anything. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire and get back to task mastering. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball. You're watching and listening on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5 Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle here, and we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hobbs looking to pad their lead. They lead only by 1 run, and against a team like Artesia, you don't want to go, any further in this game. And in the last with just a 1-run lead. So
well, in 3 straight clean innings for
that's right.
for Artesia against Hobbs. Hobbs needs to find a way to do
Got
things
to.
here as Rodriguez going to lead things off her first at bat.
She is. She went in relief of the pitcher Jackson, and is batting in her place as well. It is 7-8-9 due up for Hobbs, and that first pitch is high and outside for ball 1. A lot of pop in the glove, though, as Marquez, her speed is really starting to come on. That is a beautiful pitch, strike. Yep, right at the knees, right over the plate. Rodriguez watches that one, 1-1 count. Hobbs got to get something going here. You don't want to leave it at 1 run ahead. Whew, that was a breaking ball outside over the outside corner with some smoke on it as well. A 1-2 count. Hobbs just having trouble with Marquez. Oh boy, there was a
And just deceptive movement on
Yeah.
that ball, because a lot of them, Hobbs has gone down looking against Marquez. That is the 4th strikeout looking, 6K overall for Marquez. So 1 down now with Jimenez to the plate.
And Zambrano in the hole as 1 down, 1 out, nobody on. A 1-run lead by Hobbs, and the first pitch swung on and fouled out of play over our heads. 0-1 count on Jimenez, the center fielder, who's been doing a spectacular job out in the field in this game. At the plate, well, she walked, got stranded, struck out. So she's over and due. That is going to miss, although that's almost the identical pitch that got called a strike against Rodriguez just a moment ago. So 1-1 count. It may be hung out over the plate just a little further to be outside for ball 1. That misses high and outside. Ball 2, 2-1 count. 1 out, nobody on. Hobbs has gone 3 up, 3 down the last 3 times at the plate against Marquez. That's a beautiful pitch right down the pike. That was a hit. That was one that you want to just
And yeah,
sink
Marquez
into,
10 consecutive
lace into
outs
it.
without allowing now 11 consecutive outs without allowing a base runner.
And that was what I meant was a beautiful pitch to hit, because that was a really hittable ball. And that was also a little, Marquez took a little speed off of that. Jimenez tried to stay with it and ended up fouling it out of play. Her timing wasn't too off. She stays alive. 2-2 count. Gonna have to protect the plate. And Marquez hits the outside very well. Again, fouled off. That would have been a call strike, I think, had she not struck out it anyway. So staying alive. 2-2 count. 1 out, nobody on, and just a 1-run lead by Hobbs. I mean, 1 is all it takes, and if you win the game by 1, that's fine. It's just that was low right across the plate, but just a little bit low. Jimenez let it go, and now full count.
Cheers from the black and gold and groans from the orange and white.
Right. Probably, I think, only the second full count against Marquez. Swing and tipped, foul tip back to the screen. Again, stays alive. 1 out. Again, just the 1 run. Like to get 1 or 2 more for insurance if you can in this at bat. Swing and a miss as she swung under it. Fast, a riser. And Jimenez goes down swinging for strikeout number 6. 7 now for Marquez. Strikeout number 2 in this at-bat. And that brings up Abby Zambrano to the plate. She struck out her last time up, grounded out her first time. And a call, strike right down the pike.
Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit than that all evening.
That was just a mid-speed pitch. Not
ran in there screaming, hit me.
Not a changeup and not a fastball either. Another one, this one, contact made and fouled off again. It's that spin. Hobbs has really had trouble. What they've done is pop it up, foul it out. They're hitting a lot of times just underneath the ball, and with that spin, it's going to go straight up. That high and away for ball number 1. 1-2 count now. 2-out rally time. Hobbs would love to see at least 1 more run. Just try to get an insurance run across if they can. But if they can hold Artesia to no runs, that'll be great. High fly ball coming up under it is Bustamante out there. Makes the grab right near the foul post and near the fence as well. So a fly out to right field, position 9 for 3rd out, 3 up, 3 down again. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Now Hobbs is just going to have to hold Artesia and try to keep him scoreless. Otherwise, we could have a tie game or worse. So we'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagle softball coming up.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud
Just
to
call
serve.
us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information.
Thank you and welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball. Top of the 7th inning, and it's 3, 4, and 5 due up for Artesia. Artesia trailing by 1, and the first pitch is in from Rodriguez, and it misses ball number 1.
Yeah, the heart of the order, Apodaca, Lavario, and Whitmire, not the place you want to be, just up by 1. Rodriguez going to battle, though, try and get the save and get Jackson the win.
Pitch is taken high. Pop fly coming under it is Jimenez in center. Drifts over toward her left and makes the grab. So a long high fly pop out is going to be out number 1. And breathe a sigh of relief. 1 down. You got 2 more, though, as Hobbs with a 1-run lead. All they have to do is hold Artesia here, and they have the win. Fly out to position 8 for out number 1. Lavadio up to the plate. Hits at the first ball she sees, makes contact, but it's foul for strike 1. 1 out, 0-1 count, nobody on. Top of the 7th. Now Lavadio hit a solo home run her last time up. Reached on an error, got stranded, and struck out. There's solid contact, a high fly ball as well. Coming under it is second baseman Abby Zambrano, deep into really shallow right field, and makes the grab. So a fly out to position 4 for out number 2. Now Artesia down to their last out. Hobbs cannot afford to celebrate too fast. You got to concentrate and get this batter because she's a tough out. Jenna Whitmire, the catcher, hit a single and scored her last time up. Strike. Call strike. Nice time for it. Good pitch by Rodriguez. Whitmire at the plate, Hammond on deck, Fuentes in the hole if they get that far, but Hobbs wants to get this out right here. That misses. It was over the plate, but low for ball 1. 1-1 count. 2 outs, nobody on, and Hobbs in the lead by 1 run. 6-5 your score. We knew this was going to be a good game, a close game. Oh, and that misses the inside corner.
And this time cheers from the orange and white and groans from the black and gold.
Okay. Could have been a little high as well, but it was a changeup by Rodriguez trying to hit that inside corner. That hits. Oh.
Wow, I don't know where that one missed. Ball 3.
Yeah, wow, okay, 3-1.
I could see the other one before being a little inside, but
wow, that
looked pretty good from up here.
That was a better pitch. There's a reason why we're not down there calling it. Oh, boy, and that's a walk.
And the first walk issued by Hobbs pitching today. You hope it just doesn't come back and get them. You've still got 2 outs. Just worry about the runner in front of you with Hammond, who doubled to right with an RBI her last time up. She's 2 for 3 at a single to left back in the 4th.
And she hit into an unassisted. There's a line drive shot's going to fall in and deep left, hit the fence, but Rangel right there makes a good throw in to Valenzuela at third, but still that is a double, a ringing double by Hammond, and puts her on second base and moves Whitmire over to third, and now runners at second and third.
Again, you've still got 2 outs, so just worry about Fuentes. She is 1 for 3, singled up the middle her last time up, though. Of course, that was, she was facing Rodriguez.
She was. That hits the outside corner, call strike. So a good pitch and a good time for that. 0-1, runners at second and third, 2 outs. Artesia trailing by 1. Hobbs still has another at-bat if they need it. Beautiful, a line drive shot over the head of Zambrano, and that's going to score 1, score 2. And, oh, boy, that was a well-hit ball, and just by a glove's length, Zambrano jumped up and just could not jump high enough to get that ball. And that is a 2 RBI double for Fuentes. And just like that, now Artesia has taken a 1-run lead, 7-6 over Hobbs. 2 outs. Again, just try to worry about this out. There's a high fly ball. Calling for it, though, is Mariah Zambrano from right field. So a fly out by Molina finally ends the at-bat for Artesia, but not before they put 2 runs across and have taken a 1-run lead. So Hobbs will have to bat, and they do it trailing by 1. We'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagles softball coming up on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5 Facebook.
NMJC, success through learning. My future's looking brighter. My life's an open door. New Mexico Junior College gave me the chance I was looking for. Affordable education designed to fit my needs. Now every day is filled with opportunity. NMJC, success through learning. NMJC.
At nmjc.edu.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball. In the top of the 7th inning, Artesia plated 2 on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and it's do or die time. Hobbs has to have 1 run to tie it, 2 to win it. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Wow, this has been an interesting game.
Certainly has. Artesia came out and struggled, and Hobbs at one point up 6-0, but Artesia's battled back. Both the starters are going to get no decisions here today. It is in the hands of the relievers, and Hobbs was 2 strikes away from the win. Now they've got to find a way to get a run across.
And that is going to be a call strike on the outside corner against Saul Rangel, the leadoff hitter. We're back to the top of the order. Rangel, Zambrano, Fuentes, 1-2-3 for Hobbs. An 0-1 count on Rangel. Hobbs has got to find at least a run, force extra innings, or find 2 runs and win it.
You would prefer the walk-off.
Yeah, I would. It would be a nice walk-off win for Hobbs, but they've got to rally to do it, and they've got to do something they haven't been able to do against Marquez since she came in relief of Apodaca, and that's get a hit.
Yeah, they do not have a hit.
Nope, not a single hit against Marquez.
They do not have against Marquez, and just 1 base runner with a walk.
So it's they're going to have to pull this out of their hat. 1-2 count now on Rangel. And a swing and a chopper over to third as Apodaca picks it up, fires, not in time. Nope, not in time. Safe as the speed of Rangel got her, and Apodaca.
Even though the throw a little bit low,
off.
I think infield single, just because I think she would have beat it anyway.
I think so. It's like the speed. I think that's exactly the way to write it, and that's what I'm writing it down and I would write it down if it had been Artesia the other way around. That's her speed put her on, even though Apodaca made the stop, made a throw, and pulled her off a little bit still.
And the first hit given up by Marcus, and she came on in relief back in the second.
And that may be what Hobbs needs. The potential winning run now is at the plate. And shows a bunt, doesn't deaden the ball, just hits it.
And Zambrano singled hard up the middle back in the first. She is 1 for 3, grounded out in the second, then struck out in the fourth. I get trying to move the runner into scoring position, but Zambrano, what she's shown on the bunt, not the greatest at it.
And she kind of pushed it a little and fouled that one off. That misses, and even though Whitmire drops that, they're going to respect her arm and hold Rangel at first.
Yeah, she did throw a runner out earlier.
Yeah. So instead, it evens up the count, 1-1. 1-1, no outs, a runner on first. Hobbs needs 1 to tie, 2 to win, and a bunt, nicely done, is going to move the runner. And almost a put out, but Rangel is able to scramble back safely. So That's a sack bunt that moves a runner into scoring position to try to at least tie the game. Zambrano with a sack bunt.
And I said that, she laid down a beautiful one, went right to the plate and died.
Yeah, and it really was pretty nice, pretty nicely done. And
Don't think you're going to bunt with your shortstop.
It's kind of a lost art. Ooh, and that misses high and outside for ball one against Fuentes. Fuentes had a fly out to center fielder last time up, walked twice and crossed the plate twice. She's still over. And that misses low for ball number 2. So good eye.
Rangel playing dangerous out at second out there. You don't need to cost yourself an out. Don't get too antsy out there.
Yeah,
just look for your opportunity.
She's out there because of an out, so she needs to respect that. And there's a foul ball out of play for strike number 1. So 2-1 the count. 1 out, 1 on. A runner out on second base. Hobbs needs 1 to tie, 2 to win. And Jackie Fuentes, the shortstop, to the plate. That is going to miss just a little high and inside. So ball 3, 3-1 the count now. Got to think that the take sign may be on just to play the percentages here. That misses, yes, a walk. So now 2 runners on, 1 out. Allie Garcia, cleanup hitter to the plate.
RBI walk and scored in the first.
But
walked and was
out.
left stranded in the second and then struck out her last time up.
Struck out the only time that she has faced Marquez, so it would be a good time for her to figure it out now. Move runners around or in. Hobbs needs 1 to tie, 2 to win.
You got the winning run on the base paths.
You do. And that is going to be a call strike on the outside corner. Yep, I had a feeling.
And Garcia watched. She did swing at one her last time up, but she watched 2 of them just like that in her last at bat.
So 1 out, 2 on. That is a high foul ball out of play for strike 2 as Garcia popped that straight up. That ball was coming in just a little low, and she cut up. And the ball went exactly where she put the bat on it. 0-2 count. But she made contact. She watched it. She made contact. If she could straighten that out and become a line drive, it could score 1 possibly. Oh, that misses. Nope.
Ooh,
Artesia,
just barely.
Yeah, barely. Artesia faithful are going to want that, but from our angle, you could clearly see that
And
was a little outside.
looks back and asks the ump, and he says, "Nope, it was out, kid."
And I believe that is the right call. 1-2, but she better be swinging at something that's that close with 2 strikes on her. Protect the plate. And swing and fouls that one off, and I think that was the right thing to do, was to swing and make contact with that ball. Count remains 1-2.
You don't need to put it out of here. Just put it somewhere in play and keep the line moving. Now, granted, it's more exciting if you just put it out of here. But
of course. That's dramatic. Swing and a foul tip. Nope, foul tip. Oh,
yep,
it was caught. Yeah, it was caught. So a strikeout, and now Hobbs is down to their last out. That brings up Valenzuela, third baseman, to the plate. 2 outs, 2 on. Valenzuela. Swing and foul back to the screen for strike 1. 2 outs, 0-1 count. Hobbs trailing by 1. Got to have 1 to tie, 2 to win. Down to their final out. In fact, down to their final 2 strikes. Valenzuela fouled out. Hit a pop foul to the catcher her last time up. Fouls that one back to the screen for strike 2. Now Hobbs down to their last strike. 2 out rally time. 2 out rally. 0-2 count. It can happen. Artesia's hoping it doesn't. Hobbs is hoping it does. Swing and foul back to stay alive. Whew. cut the tension with a knife. As Hobbs had a 6-0 lead at one time in the by the bottom of the second inning. They were ahead 6-0 in this game. Artesia chipped away at it, made a pitching change, and oh, did she offer?
They're going to appeal.
Nope, she did not. I saw it as she did not break the plane.
Yeah,
Check
break
swing.
the plane and break the wrist. Those are the two things they're looking at. So
And she did neither.
it
So
was close.
It was close, 1 and 2. Check swing, she held up just enough. If she can find a way on, Ralston is up next, or she could end the game with a, oh no, and she does end the game, but not in the way that Hobbs wanted, with a call strike on the outside corner for the third out and another strikeout. And I believe that is 2, 4, 6, 8. Is that strikeout number 9 for Marquez? And the game is over. Wow, you hate to see it end after all of that. So Hobbs had no runs on 1 hit, no errors committed, and 1 left on.
2 left.
2 left, yep, 2 left. That's right, runners on first and second in that one. But they come up short, just 1 run. They fall 7-6 to Artesia in this one. Hobbs will fall to 8-6 on the season, and Artesia will improve to 13-4 with the win. And we'll be back to wrap this one up. Hobbs and Lady Eagles losing to Artesia, but it took them until the bottom of the 7th inning for Artesia to get the job done. We'll be back with more Lady Eagle softball coming up.
Here's some good news. Master Plumbers is thanking their customers. Right now, you can have your drain cleared for $39. $39, and you pick the drain. You better hurry. This drain clearing promotion won't last long. Plus, free camera inspection. Drain clogged? No problem. Call the Master. 397-9385. Reminder, Master Plumbers will meet or beat any competitor's plumbing price.
Master Plumbers. Call the Master.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball, as the ladies have fallen to Artesia by just 1 run. Always so tough to lose a game by 1 run. And you're watching on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5 Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, who has the wrap on this one.
And the final line score in the ball game for Artesia. They get 7 runs on 15 hits, no errors, and they leave 7 runners stranded. Their starting pitcher, Apodaca, gets no decision. Marquez comes on in relief and gets the win, strikes out 9, walks 2, and gives up just 1 hit in her appearance for the W. For the Hobbs Lady Eagles, they get 6 runs on just 3 hits. They commit 1 error, and they leave 5 runners out on the base, as Rodriguez took the loss in relief in this one. In her time on the hill, she struck out 1, walked 1, 6 walks total for the Lady Eagles in the ball game. But the long ball coming into play for Artesia, and just too much for Hobbs to hold on and overcome shaky pitching from the Lady Bulldogs at the start.
All right, so we hope you enjoyed the game. It's hard to enjoy a loss. Our Hobbs Lady Eagles playing a good game, but they just got stymied by Marquez for too long in this one, and were not able to pull off the comeback win. So with that, we're going to wrap things up and say so long. Thank you very much for watching and listening to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball. Thanks to Tiff Stuber for monitoring. I'm Dawn Morgan for TJ Miracle, saying so long.